It's day 19 of DEPHEMEREMBER, your daily ephemera inspiration in December. Welcome to another episode of this December Daily series, which is a collaboration with my dear friend Barbara at 49 Dragonflies. My name is Luise Heinzel, and both of us are showing you different ideas on how to make your own ephemera for your junk journal. We are using a fun and challenging prompt list. And of course, we have a new prompt today as well. So let's create something beautiful together. Today's prompt is fabric and page tab. That's really cool. That's something small. It's not so bulky. I'm hoping that it gets not so bulky because this is my journal. And I get some really big trouble with bulky ephemera. But let's see which animal we can use today. So in our paper bag we are going to find the animal that we can use today and also one of our international snacks. Okay. The animal for today is the snail. You can find these animal cards and also the prompt list as a freebie linked down below this video. And the snack, extreme sour. Oh, that's great. This comes from Taiwan. Warheads. Oh my goodness. Are they really so colorful? Oh yes. Really, really colorful drops. Lemon, green apple, watermelon, black cherry, blue raspberry. Hui, hui, hui. Okay, so we are waiting for some drying time or something similar. Or some catastrophes, perhaps. I can see them coming. I have something in my mind and I'm hoping that that will work. And for that, I'm first going to need my paper bag here, because I need something where I can sew some fabric on. So I will use the back of my paper bag here because I'm just thinking that we could use this here as a background for the page where we want to put the page tab later, because this pattern is just gorgeous. I've made this with a Tim Holtz stencil and this is one of my favorite patterns of his stencils. Really cool. By the way, there's also a whole video, or actually there are two videos, it's part 1 and 2, how you can make those paper bags and how you can reach a similar result like this. I will link that down below for you in the description box. The first thing that I want to do is I want to try to imagine how big the body of my snail shall be. So I'm meaning this part here. I don't want to have that too regular, I guess. So perhaps it's a little bit kind of wonky circle. So I'm just cutting this out. So then I want to take pieces of this. Why is this so crazy here? And put that on top here in some way. And I'm just letting that overlap a little bit, so that I later on can turn that around and cut the circle out again after I've sewn around it. This is one of those things that were in my mind and I have absolutely no idea if that can work. I want to have this like, some kind of a patchwork thingy. Okay, so this should be enough. Now I'm taking this to my sewing machine and I'm trying to sew around in a circle. So this is what it looks now. And I have to say I'm already relatively happy with this. Worked better than I thought. So from the back it looks like this. And my plan with the paper worked not so well, as you can see. My sewn circle here is a little bit bigger than my paper circle was. because, yeah, I couldn't see it when I have sewn it, but I think that's not the problem. Yep, you are right. That is not the problem. So now I'm going to take my scissors. Oh, not these. These are my paper scissors. Fabric here. And I'm just cutting around here. Also a little bit wonky, not so regular. Just like this. When we have that, we can go in here with our fingernail tool, or alternatively you could use an awl and make this a little bit more grungy. Then it looks like this. Just cute. Before I go on with decorating this part here, I want to decide about the shape and the size of the body, meaning this part here, but I don't want to make such a realistic snail like on this card here. I want to make this a little bit more, let's say, cartoonish. Yeah, let's try it. So I will cut this out. Perfect. And I have the feeling that it could be relatively hard to get the right proportions for this, especially when you are a beginner perhaps, then it's perhaps a little bit hard. So I've just decided that I will run to my scanner really quickly and I will scan this in to turn it into a freebie for you. Sometimes video editing feels like magic. So here's the freebie. I'm really fast with making freebies. So here we go. You can download this freebie here from my website. The link is down below in the description box. And I have put these snails in different sizes here for you to this page so that you can create a whole snail family or whatever you want. Have very much fun with this freebie. So I will take this piece first, and now I would like to bring some more dimension to this by using some frayed burlap distress oxide ink. And first I want to go here over this paper with the ink. Now I want to put some water here. Ooh, it was perhaps a little bit much. Ooh. Oh, look at that. I mean, what the heck? That looks crazy. Okay, so I will just dry that with my heat gun. But I also want to put a stenciled pattern to this thing in a totally different color. And I think I will first do that and then decide if it fits to the body here or not. So we can still put some other ink here if we want later. So let's try something. I have chosen this stencil by Tim Holtz and the number is 084. And I thought this pattern works just fantastic with this. Okay, so for the stenciling, I would like to use Villainous Potion. I know, that is crazy. It's a crazy color combination, but I want to try that out. When I thought about the colors for this project, I thought, what can I use? What can I use? I want to have something that is really bam. And then I thought, why not using this gorgeous purple? Because. Okay. That's not totally what I wanted, but I think I can live with that. Yeah, that's totally fine. So let's try something. I'm using the frayed burlap again. Let's I guess that's better. Ah, that is better. This is a little bit too massive. So I'm just thinking of breaking this a little bit by adding more pieces like this. Perhaps one here, just like this, and one here on the top, and a third one here. Yes, I think that would be good. So I'm taking this fabric and some brown, to be exactly timber brown StazOn ink, and a stamp. This one comes from the Ticket Booth stamp set by Tim Holtz. I just want to stamp to this fabric now. Something is going wrong today. This could be a little bit darker. I mean, the stamping itself. So let's perhaps try stamping with ground espresso archival ink. I think this ink pad is a little bit more juicy. The other one is a little bit older and I don't have a refiller for that. Ah, okay, so that's what I was looking for. So then I'm going to tear this apart so that I have the single tickets. And then we can decide for the position. Yeah, so I will sew that on top of the circle now. I have absolutely no idea why such things always happen to me, but they happen. As you can see, I've accidentally sewn this piece here to the wrong place. This, originally I wanted to put here to have it later on as my page tab peeking out from the journal. But as you can see, yeah, so now I'm thinking if this whole thing would make sense like this, so that this thing can be here on the right side, I'm so sorry, on the left side. But then this character of the snail's house is a little bit destroyed. This drives me totally crazy. I'm really angry at the moment. Seriously. We are going to put some eyes to the snail. So I had, perhaps we can see better what we are doing then. I had these silver little thingies here with this hole, and I've just painted them with white acrylic paint to turn them into some eyes. And then I'm taking a black Posca pen to get this black in the middle and a little bit bigger than it was before. I mean, with this little hole, it looked like it has a pupil, but of course it was only a hole and it was really tiny. I've just found these. They are not black, but perhaps I can make them black and put them in there. I want to have these eyes really, really funny so that they are coming out a little bit from the white. And I think with just the Posca pen, that looks not so funny. Haha. My goodness. Okay, so perhaps she's hungry, then she needs a mouth to eat something. Here. Okay, so then let's use this stencil here, also by Tim Holtz. 021 is the number, to give her a little bit of texture. When I look at this, I realize that this is totally the wrong color. I mean, no matter what happened with the sewing, it's definitely totally the wrong color. If I take my leftover scraps here and put that here, look at that. I mean, it's not sewn, of course, but the color palette is way better. So I've just decided that I want to do this again. I will just take another piece of my paper here. I will trace approximately the size of this. And you have something in your mind and then it doesn't work like you want it. That's absolutely frustrating. I mean, our snack for today says it's extreme sour. Sour makes funny. I mean, makes, in German we say, sauer macht lustig. And that means, here, that means when you eat something really sour, then you get funny later. Oh! Oh my goodness! Oh! Ah! That is really sour. And it's so good. Oh my goodness. Oh, now it gets sweet. Oh, wow. That was totally crazy now. Oh, but, oh, I think it works. Oh my goodness. What a crazy sour thing. Here, there's the paper, and I really like this pattern. But on this piece, it's way too much. So I will take another one of these to be brave enough to try something. Let's take a red one this time. Ooh. Oh! Oh! Oh my goodness! And with the frayed burlap instead of the villainous portion. That's fantastic. And now it's perfect. This is what was in my mind before I started. That's totally crazy. And I will also go around this whole thing with the ground espresso archival ink. Now I will do that here on the outside as well, to make that a little bit more cohesive. I want to try to, first of all, we have to glue these both pieces together, otherwise I will freak out. I think I need another one of these. Oh! this. I will put the glue only here to the very edge of this thing. To have the possibility to, I'm so sorry, I can't speak. To have the possibility to use this as a little tuck spot later. And now we have to make sure that we can glue the eyes completely to the page. But this part should be at the edge of the page. It means we have to make an edge to the page by either folding it like this, or what we also could do is we could take this and flip it to the other side, just like this. This looks really interesting here, actually. I like the combination of this little banner and this thing, so that we have also a flat surface here. And now we could put her here and this little page tab thingy here, and then it peeks out from the page, just like this. She's flying in the air a little bit, so perhaps she needs some grass or something like that. And then I will put the glue only here. And here. And to these little guys. So now I'm taking this little piece of fabric and I'm placing this here to create the page tab. And I'm just stapling that. Hopefully this is not too thick. Oh, it works just wonderful. Junk journaling is a really crazy thing, because you had a problem. There was something that looked like this, and you know, you were sad about that. You solved this problem, then you are happy with your result, and then something happens. I don't know if it's because of these things here, but you think he needs something, and I think the whole time I said she to this snail, but now it's a he, because he wants to have something. And then I thought I cut out this little snail from the card that I have shown you in the beginning, because there was something in my mind. Often we decide for a style that we want to use on a page or in a whole journal. In this case, I told you in the beginning my decision of making a little bit of a comic snail, so that it looks a little bit funny and not so realistic, and that is the idea for the style, of course. And I had that in my mind the whole time. And I think when we create a journal or a page, we have this style and we want to bring that from the start to the finish to the project. But how often do we mix styles? I think that happens not so often. And I mean, that's not a bad thing, yeah? Having a style and having, for example, this comic style through a whole journal, that's totally fine. I don't want to say anything negative about that. But what about putting her here? I don't know why, but I really like this mixture of this vintage picture here, this illustration, and this handmade comic style snail. I have no idea why I like that, but I'm totally in love with how this looks. The colors match really well. And if we would glue this here, we would get another thing to put something behind here as well. We've created here a little tuck spot, if you can remember, so that we can, of course, put something behind here, but this is not so big because this is not so long. But if we would put this here, we would have a really cool, bigger tuck spot here. So I want to do that. And because it always takes so long until these both can see each other again, because, I mean, they are very slow. Yeah, it takes very long until they can see again and make another date. They are writing some love letters to each other. I've just cut these out from a postcard. So this is the original writing from the back of the postcard, and this is just the other side. As you can see, it's really random. Here's nothing yet, but this, of course, I can use later to make tiny collages or journal by myself here. And I thought we could put these somehow behind here into our tuck spot. And then I found this cool thing. This is also part of the or it was part of the postcard where I had cut these out. And look, these tiny little flowers, hand drawn by a child, I guess. So cute. And I would love to combine this little piece with this charm on this bulb pin. So I've just set an eyelet here so that I'm now able to put this here to this bulb pin first, just like this. And then I want to put this little flower charm here. Then it looks like this. And I think this is just cute. And then we can take this, and here is this little loop from our page tab, so that we can just bring the bulb pin through this little fabric loop. So then I'm going to put a tiny little shadow here below her. I'm using the Distress Crayon Walnut Stain and this little blending stump. And now we can tuck something behind here, of course, as well. I've just cut this cute little tag here out from a postcard. And these flowers, if they don't match the background, I don't know. What about the ranking for these little guys here? I really have no idea. But what I know is that these are really sour. Ah, so crazy. I thought if I eat more of these, it gets better with the time, but But they are so good, and they definitely helped finishing today's project. And because of that, it's 10 out of 10. Definitely. So good. So I have removed this little label from this package, as you can see. That was really easy. And I have put that here into my candy journal. Here it is now. Forever. And it reminds me to this crazy day and this crazy project. And I would like to encourage you to make such a journal as well. Since I've started this and I put all of these packages in here, I'm just so happy to have that. It feels so cool. It's just, can you hear that? That is just crazy. And I did something in the meantime that you could do also, even if you don't have those international snacks. So I would like to show you something that I've done already here, that you can also do without having those fancy things. Yeah, you can do that with normal snacks as well. As you can see, when you flip open the journal, then it starts here with all of the DEPHEMEREMBER snacks. But I did another thing. I went to the last page of the journal. So this is actually the last page, because I have here way more pages than I need for DEPHEMEREMBER. So this here, yeah, is left. And I have put a package from a little chocolate bar thingy here. That is not an international snack. That is nothing that has to do with DEPHEMEREMBER, but I got this from a very dear friend at a very special day. That was a really wonderful day, actually. She has given me this. I could buy this here in Austria in nearly every food store, but this is special to me because it was given to me by her, and especially on this special day. I have written some personal things here to, yeah, make myself a little reminder for this day. And this is, of course, something that you could do also with the normal sweets that you have, or the normal snacks, or snacks that you got from a friend as a gift or something like that. I mean, not the snacks itself, but the package. You know what I mean. So this is just something, I would say, unusual. It's yeah, something different than a normal journal, and that's for me a really, really special thing, and I'm so happy to have that. So perhaps you want to make something like this for yourself as well. So this is my finished project for today. My brain was working really slowly, but that matches the animals, I would say. I'm really happy with how this came out, especially with this little guy here. That looks really, really cute, I would say. And this also shows that you can create something really beautiful out of the tiniest things. And I hope you like this. Please don't forget to check out Barbara's video. She has another idea on today's prompt, and she shows you another ephemera idea with the help of our prompt. The link to her channel is down below in the description box. Please check that out, and please come back tomorrow. We have a few more prompts left on our list, and tomorrow, of course, we have a new one, and we will create a new ephemera for this journal. So see you tomorrow. Bye bye.